Hey guys, so I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I didn't really have a lot of content last week. Basically, there were so many other things going on that I honestly didn't really work on anything. I mean, I ended up having to fix my my daily, on this Friday, and it's been a whole thing. But I've got some things for you in this video. I had a pretty busy weekend, Memorial Day, all sorts of things going on. There's Americruise, there's some car shows, some racing, all sorts of stuff, all jam-packed in this one. And then check out this shirt. My sister made me this, so thought that was kind of cool. Unrelated. But so we're gonna have a bunch of things going on, starting with like Americruise stuff, and yeah, let's just get to it. What's up, guys? Out here at Americruise this weekend. About to head over to O Street right now. We already drove from Omaha to Lincoln. We're sitting in a gas station right now, and then we're gonna head out and go cruise around, see what's going on. It's usually a good time. It's not as good as it used to be, but I'm here in the Exocet. I've never taken Exocet to Americruise, so it should be pretty fun. Hopefully I don't get pulled over. Out here for quite some time now. I gotta tell you, I'm tired. But there's a lot of cars out here. I mean, it's pretty jam-packed. It's pretty good. I mean, the police are still kind of breaking everything up, so there's not a whole lot of burnouts going on, but it's still pretty good. So I don't know. I think I might do one more lap and then maybe head home. Alright guys, well, now is the day after that first Americruise night. There's gonna be another Americruise, another cruise tonight. Right now I'm in the Mini Cooper. I'm going to go to a Del Sol Honda meet. I don't know how good this is gonna be. I mean, realistically, they didn't promote it very well, so I'm not expecting a lot, but I'm gonna go check it out anyway. And then after that, there's a Miata meet, which it would make sense to take the Exocet since it's based on a Miata, but honestly, after last night, I'm gonna take the Mini Cooper, because I honestly, dude, that car beat me up so bad last night going, back and forth from Lincoln and stuff on the interstate. It's so much noise, it's so much wind, and going up and down O Street, it was just you're constantly breathing in exhaust fumes because you're just stuck in bumper to bumper, and oh my god, I honestly, I just felt like crap when I was done last night. Before I even left Lincoln, I was like, I just want to get out of this fucking car. I want to go to bed. I'm just done. I should have worn earplugs, because honestly, my ears fucking hurt after last night. I mean, it's not even that loud, but it's just a constant vibration, and the long term, louder noises. It's just, it's awful. But in any case, we're gonna go check this out and see what it's all about. a pretty good time at that meet. I got some of these things. I don't know if like, I don't know, you gave me like this. I guess I won. You know, with the Mini Cooper at Del Sol meet. I mean, there was only like, you know, there was only like 10 cars, but it was still a good time. It was nice to talk to those guys. There's not a lot of Honda guys out there that like, you know, are like, you know, like serious Honda guys that are actually building real things. And it's nice to, you know, especially like the older guys, it's nice to talk to those guys about, you know, old school Honda stuff and, you know, how it is now and whatnot. But yeah, you gave me all this stuff, and it's, yeah, a real nice guy that hosted the meet, and hopefully there's more in the future. But yeah, for this one, it was all right. I mean, I honestly didn't expect hardly any cars to show up. So the fact that there was like, you know, 10-ish cars, it's pretty good. Yeah, so now on to the next thing. All right, so before I go to the Miata meet, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an extra fan onto this, because even though it's staying cool right now, I'm kind of worried when I get to Lincoln later and I'm doing Stockman Go traffic that it's going to get hot in traffic. So I'm just going to put another fan on there just preemptively, because I know if this thing sits at idle for too long, it gets pretty warm. So I'm going to throw this on real quick, and hopefully I have enough time to get it done and get it over there in, yeah, a reasonable time. All right, I got it all wired up, and holy crap, am I running behind schedule. But I took the time to do it correctly. I put in a nice, like, Deutsch connector, so it's not all janky like it was before. But yeah, I gotta put this back together. I gotta go. So I'm actually running so late on time. I'm not gonna make it to that Miata meet. I'm gonna have to go straight to meeting up some guys to go to Americruise, because I just straight up don't have the time. So let's get over there. So I'm in here working on the Mini. I've got all sorts of shit torn apart right now. And basically all I was doing is I was trying to install a check engine light. So I've got this little guy. You can kind of see it. I just installed that, and I was going to hook it up. But the problem is, so the wiring that goes from the ECU to the check engine light, it makes no sense. So this is the wire that's supposed to be it. It's coming from, you know, directly from the harness. This is supposed to be the right wire. Now, on the wiring diagram, it's supposed to be that it's sending out a ground signal, or no, this one. It's supposed to send out a ground signal, but it's not. It's sending out power all the time. And I can try and change it in Haltech to like low to high, which should change it from power to ground, but it's not doing it. It does nothing. So I'm not really entirely sure what's going on. So I'm gonna start taking all this wiring harness out and pull it out and see if I can get to the back of that and figure out if the pins are even going to the right spot. Because I don't, at the moment, I'm wondering if the pins, this isn't what it's supposed to be. Like maybe they pinned the jumper harness wrong or something, because for some reason, this one is always power, and that should not be the case. So now I'm even more confused, because this pin right here on the direct harness to the Haltech, this brown and red wire, is B26, and that one is supposed to be the pin for the check engine light, which comes out of the E plug on that connector, which is E31. and it has connection. So this is the wire. It's going to the correct spot, but it's not sending the right signal. This makes no sense to me. I don't understand why Haltech is sending power all the time. This is so confusing. I don't get it. Okay, so one thing that I figured out is that when I was switching from the low to high, even though when I do this and I switch it over to the next one, it's showing right up in there that it was sending, you know, the information to the ECU, and it should, but it doesn't. And the only way you can get it to do it, for some reason, on this specific thing, I have to cycle the key. If I cycle the key, it does actually output a ground versus a power. However, I still can't get it to output the ground when the check engine light is on, and I don't understand that. That makes no sense to me. So, yeah. Alright, so I got it wired in. I ended up using a Deutsch connector, which was probably unnecessary, but I had one, and I wanted something that was removable. I probably could have spent more time looming it up, but I was getting really frustrated and I just wanted it done. But I got the light works now. You can see that little guy right there. Basically what I figured out is that it basically came down to not understanding how Haltech does things. And essentially what I was running into is I had this set to current, and if you look, that right there, it shows passed. Even though it's unplugged right now, it's passed. I don't know why, but every once in a while it'll flip to current, and it'll make the light go on and off. Let me reboot this so you can see. So there. So it's rebooted, and now it's on current DATCs only. So you can see it says passed. Well, now the check engine light is it's staying off. It's like blinking for that code, but it's staying off. So yeah, and you can see it's flipping from past to current, and every time it does that, it makes this light blink. So yeah, it's basically that was the whole problem. I just needed to put it on here for, you know, current and past or whatever I needed to do. I just needed to change the setting. It came down to something super simple. So one thing I noticed while I was under here doing stuff, which is super awesome, my master cylinder is leaking. Yeah, that's great. So, I'm gonna have to park this car until I can buy a new one, which really sucks, but I guess it is what it is. So I got a little more racing action for you guys. I got done working on the Mini Cooper. Some guys wanted to meet up, so one of the guys wanted to race the Exocet just because, so we go meet up with those guys, and we're gonna get some racing in. All right, guys. So yeah, that's the end of all this weekend. I had a lot of stuff going on. We got a bunch in. A bunch of racing, cruising, a little bit of working on stuff, all sorts of crap. It was a good weekend. Got a bunch of really good races. That was for sure. I did have some problems with the Mini that I didn't really talk about too much. I was having problems when I was at Americruise. I don't really understand why, but it was. I was constantly checking the coolant temperature to see if it was staying cool enough because I put that fan on there, and everything was working fine, and it was staying cool enough. The hottest I saw was like 201, which is like as hot as it was outside. That was perfect. I didn't have a problem with that, but my intake temps were super high because sitting in traffic, I mean, it was just sucking in hot air, and it was. I ended up making a pull at one point after I'd been up and down for a bunch of times. I pulled out of this neighborhood and I just got into it real quick, and it didn't feel right. I was like, that felt really weird. Well, I ended up pulling over, checked the logs, and it was saying my intake temps were like 150, which is pretty hot. And for some reason, my air fuels were like, they were normal up to like 6,000 RPMs, and then it was just like super lean. Like I don't really understand what was going on because I let it cool down for a while. Then when I left Americruise, I made a pull on the interstate, and it was fine. Like I didn't have any problems on the way home. Like it was totally normal. So I don't really know what it is. I might have to go through. There might be something in Haul Tech that was causing that. Like maybe it's not enriching the fuel at that temperature, or maybe it was pulling too much timing. I have no idea what it is. I'm gonna have to look through the logs a little bit closer and figure that out. The other thing I was having a problem with is during some of those races with the Mini Cooper, it seemed like there's something going on with that nitrous kit. I don't understand what it is because it's fine all motor, but on the bottle, it's just like, when I was looking at the logs, like some of them, they were just like super rich, just like it was before, even though I pulled some fuel out of it with the jets, like it was just as rich as it had been before I pulled the jets out. It didn't make any sense. So I'm at the point, I think that nitrous solenoid it needs thrown in the trash. I think it's clogged up, it's jammed up. I don't know what it is. I'm probably gonna end up putting a new one in it. Probably just upgrade both the solenoids at the same time. Just might as well. Probably do the same thing I did to this one. But yeah, I mean, other than that, those are the only problems I had with that. The Exocet was fine. It got a little bit warm, during Americruise, just enough that I would pull over and let it cool down. But no, other than that, it was pretty much flawless the whole weekend. So yeah, it was good stuff, and yeah, a lot of fun. So I think that's gonna be it for this one, guys. So like, subscribe, peace out.